The lead mobile suit is approaching, and it's not at 10 times the speed of the others. Shut up, guys. Okay, but anyway, yeah, this is as I said, real grade Zaku 2, the green one. I planned to get the Char one, but I didn't order it. I'm just like, hey, look, a real grade Zaku 2 in my local hobby shop. I wonder. So yeah, I bought it. My second real grade is hopefully going to be the Ale Strike, but I'm waiting for the Sky Grasper with the Striker packs because I hate the Ale Strike. But I do love the whole weapon system, the Striker weapon system. So, and in terms of the 1 to 60th perfect grade strike, I am planning to get it, but I'm only planning to get it because it does come with the You can get the Sky Grasper with the Ale Striker. So, yeah. But I was gonna get the Strike Rouge originally because I didn't think it came with the Sky Grasper, just the Ale Striker. And at that time, I didn't care about the Sky Grasper as much. I just cared about the Ale Striker. So at least it had a pack. But yeah, I'm also planning on getting the Master Grades at some point because I hear they're slightly taller than the 1 to 100ths. And I'm planning on doing sort of like a Striker weapon system. Just sort of as a side note, I have a little rubber Sky Grasper. I knew it was Gundam. I got it out of a capsule machine. I didn't have the Strike Gundam for it, but it was a little rubber Sky Grasper with the Sword Striker pack. I lost the Sword Striker pack. I don't even remember having the Sword Striker pack, but I know it came with the Sword Striker pack because it has the Sword Strike shield on the bottom. Still, like, I didn't know what that was, so I thought it was just some tiny little escape pod, honestly. At the time, I didn't know what Gundam was very well back then, and I'm just like, hey, look, a capsule machine that says Gundam on it. Let's get some figures. And so yeah, I thought of Gundams as toys back then, basically. And back at that time was SD Gundam Force, so yeah. So when I thought of Zaku's back then, I thought of stupid Zaku's that lost their armor every 2 minutes. But yeah, that was a pretty good show though for kids. Like it did get me into Gundam. And at that point, after that, I watched Gundam Wing, which scarred me for life because I was like 8. Uh, yeah, not the best little transition there. Yeah, I was kind of sheltered as a kid, don't ask. But anyway, yep, on to the model that I'm reviewing. Yay. This guy's awesome. Best model I have so far. Unlike every other Zaku I've built, these are actually little pieces. I haven't built a master grade Zaku, so shut up. Don't tell me, hey, the master grade had that too. That's not such a new concept. You idiot, or something like that. I'm not going to call you an idiot, I'm going to call you a baka, which is an idiot in Japanese. Right after you hand me a tiny little gun and I turn into a badass thing. Yeah. Toy gun turns into a badass arm cannon. Okay. In case you didn't know what that was, in case you have no idea what I was referencing, you obviously are not a Digimon fan. Belzamon Blast Mode. I wanted to say Burst Mode, but it's not Burst Mode, it's Blast Mode. He's handed a toy gun by some kids. The toy gun turns into that amazing arm cannon. I don't know. Okay, but yeah, it was kind of funny to see Mon holding a toy gun, just like, ha, running down the street with this little toy gun. Yeah. But anyway, look at this. That is an amazing waist joint there to bend for. And that's all due to this one little panel that can bend out. Then you just bend it back in so it's flush with the chest. and you actually still get a little bend. You can have him do a shark kick to the face. Actually, I don't even know what a shark kick is. Is it out this way? I don't know. I haven't seen that. I'm only up to Story of War Orphans, where the kids have to, where those three annoying kids on the white base have to do something that involves a bomb, I think. That's where I am. I stopped watching it. I started watching Seed Stargazer. By the way, awesome miniseries. Go check it out. Yeah, so I still have to finish that. I was watching it on YouTube, which is why it took so long. Yeah. If you guys find Gundam on YouTube and you're like, hey, this is a great day, yeah, watch it on some other anime streaming site. YouTube is remarkably slow when it comes to stream. Oh, crap. The one issue I have with this guy is his head falls off. And those fall off. How did that happen? That's just not nice. There we go. Okay. Really, you could snap that in? I had to put that piece on 5 times to get that thing in. I just realized you could snap the side hoses in. I had to keep taking this back piece off because I couldn't get it on properly. Wow. Yeah, you guys aren't going to pick this up, but there's a lot more color variation than you'd think. You can see that nose piece is actually a different color. 2 different colors in the shield. The back is a different color from the top. All different spread out colors on the armor. It's amazingly awesome. And look at this foot. Watch this. Boop. The toe bends up, then the foot can bend at the midsection, so it's actually like somebody's foot. Like, it actually bends anatomically correct. It has an anatomically correct little bend in there, in that foot. Which is kind of cool, because that actually sets up to one of the poses that I was thinking of doing with this guy. Just a Zaku with his beam saber walking forward. And have or not beam saber, hyper bazooka, just walking forward through the area with my 2, I think, I want to say Greyhounds, those little Federation vehicles, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, he's got a peg on his butt. There is a tiny, tiny, tiny little peg right here, which is technically show accurate, but is a pain in the butt. Haha, no pun intended, to get in. And what that'll allow you to do is store the heat hawk on the back skirt. However, with that peg, I'm going to keep it in the peg. You can also use it to store the heat hawk on the side skirt, which I'm pretty sure would not be blade first. I'm an idiot. But yeah. There we go. Store that there. Oh, by the way, I got the Gundam Explorer book. In case you don't know what that is, basically it's a Bible to all things obscure and Gundam related. I got it at Half Price Books. And now the issue with buying it there was I got one that somebody had apparently had really sweaty hands that owned it before me, so it was kind of warped. Like the whole book was a little warped. Either that or they just had it in a backpack with so many other books for a really long time. I'm guessing the second one, because then again I would want to guess the second one, because I really don't want to have somebody's hand sweat all over my book. That's kind of odd. That's kind of gross, too. But anyway, you can also pull the ammo pack off, and yeah, let's see if I can do this. There, got it. I wanted to show this, but I didn't want to. Yeah, if you open up the ammo pack, the detail inside, you can't even pick this up, but those are actually shells. They've actually shaped those into ammunition shells. That is freaking amazing. The amount of detail that they put into just the ammo clip. And that's never going to get seen unless you pull this piece off. I mean, you have to open that up with your teeth. There's no other way. Or a pair of pliers. Or something. Yeah, that's not coming out very easily, so that's awesome. I don't think I doubt even the perfect grade has that. Maybe it does. I haven't built it. I don't think the master grade does. I'm pretty sure the master grade doesn't have that. I have a friend who built the master grade, and I asked him, and he said no. But then again, he also said that the ashtray frames were all owned by the same faction, and that's complete bull crap. Because there's a whole series in which ashtray frames fight each other, so suck on that one. But anyway, so that means he can keep his hands free, not have to hold anything, and store all of his weapons, except for his rifle without its... Hang on. This can store. This can store on the back skirt, can't it? I seem to remember it. Oh no, that's the Destiny. I seem to remember you having to pull the scope all the way down. I'm remembering. Oh yeah, that's the Destiny. Um, but yeah, you probably could jury rig it somewhere. Here, I've got one. Pop the bazooka off for a second. Put the clip down here. So he's got an ammo clip right above his ass. That's nice. Very nice there. Now, put the bazooka back on. Wrong way. Gotta put the scope down. There, now. Now that frees up this side skirt. Let's use the peg for the hand. See if we can use that to store this in some way. The only way I'm getting that this would work is this way. No. Doesn't even work that way. Might it work this way? Not really. If you really try, you could probably get it in there. You could probably wedge it in there or jury rig it or something, but yeah, aside from this rifle, there's nothing. He can hold everything without having technically being unarmed the entire time. Well, he can do this too. Just have to have him hold it by the second handle so he can actually shoot it. And is pointing it at his own kneecap, so if he accidentally fires it, he busts off his own kneecap. By the way. Replicate. Busted off the kneecap. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. I've decided what I'm going to do with this is, now that I've shown you most of the weapons. Oh yeah, by the way, sorry, I filmed this review twice because I trailed off really badly. I got into a rant about Heine and Angelo Sauper, and yeah, it was kind of odd, and it got to the point where I got offensive to some people. So I cut that video and just said, you know what, we're doing this again. But anyway, yeah. The Heat Hawk actually has two separate colors of gray. It's really hard to see that the blade is actually slightly lighter. I don't know, maybe on Char's it was a yellow blade, and this one is a deactive one. That would be cool. So if you got both, you could have a deactive one and an active one. Or maybe on Char's it came with both, and this guy, they just cheaped out, because... Oh, sorry. They expected, hey, whoever buys the Char one will probably pick up the green one, and vice versa. I still plan to get the Char at some time in the future. But, yeah. Now, in terms of other heads, you do get a standard head. I put the Space Command antenna, I believe, on there, or some other type of commander fin. It's an alternate commander fin. I like that one better. May have some other significance. I haven't seen the entire first Gundam. I haven't seen Zeta yet. I haven't seen Double Zeta. I've seen Seed Destiny, Double O, and Age all the way through, and what we have of Unicorn so far, and then again what we have of Age so far too. Actually, I'm a few episodes behind on Gundam Age, but whatever. But anyway, yeah, you do get the traditional command antenna too. And the bazooka is great. It's two different colors of gray again. So is the machine gun. Now, if you just want to see the inner frame, turn this video off now and go to the second part. Because at this point, I'm going to take the armor off and convert it to the inner frame. So this is going to be completely like a long thing, a long process. So if you don't want to see the process of removing the armor, just go to the second video. I'm doing this for your own good. It may get boring. But yeah, so yeah, go to the other video and I will tell you sort of the conclusion and what I like about this suit, what I don't, and show off the inner frame and what it can do in that part. So, the first thing I'm going to do is take off the auxiliary armor on the shoulder, and I'm also going to put this piece back onto here. I really hope I don't need the instructions to get this guy back together. Oh, you know what? I'm not using this tray anymore. I'm going to use the box. Oh, something I forgot to show you guys. This doesn't make sense to me. Too old for toys. Oh, no, you know what? I'll do this in the second part, because some people may have already turned this part off. Pull off the other shield. By the way, a completely accurately detailed shield. Pull this piece off. Is that where it's supposed to come off? No. Nope, that part can stay on, actually. I'm gonna look at what they have for the inner frame. Okay. Okay, so... Whoops. Let's just unpeg the arm for this. Gotta, I think, unpeg the shoulder. Because I don't remember how this goes on. And yeah, this is going to be a pain in the butt to get back together after this review. But I do it for you guys. Yeah, this is all for you guys, so you'd better appreciate this. And I want to see what the inner frame looks like completely constructed, but whatever. I never actually put the entire inner frame together. I just followed the instructions on this because I didn't want to mess it up. Usually I just build it. Usually I build stuff in my own order. This one I built in their order, so I didn't screw anything up. Okay, we can leave that a little bit on because that looks like inner frame anyway. Okay, so how do you get this piece out? So there's something in there that detaches. You know what, screw it. I found that this part detached, so why not just pull this off? Then somehow remove it from here. Oh my holy base jumper, I just figured it out. This is going to be a pain in the ass to get back together, isn't it? I just realized how skimpy this inner frame is. This is like Captain Spindly. Wow. Oh, snot, I just realized something. And again, the legs will be fine. The legs do have something that allows them to stay together, so those will be good. Let's pop off the leg, which it didn't seem to have too much difficulty doing before. Let's use the bend to help me get this front leg plate off. Nope, that's not how that's supposed to happen. There we go. Oh crap, that's bad. That is very bad. Because that'll jam that up if I don't get it back in correctly. There, got it. Now this just pegs, so that's just a straight peg. Unpeg the hose before it gets any messed up. I really don't want to have to clean up these tiny little bits, because I know I'm not going to find them all, and I'm going to have to resort to the... Oh wait, I've got extras. Yeah, they give you like 30 extras, so you're good. Okay, well I just realized that this apparently can slide on. So I'm going to keep that together, so that's another piece that hopefully I'll be able to identify when I put this guy back together. Now for the lower leg. Oh snot. That's bad. Oh, and also, as sort of a bonus while I do this, I can see what I would need to do the Char custom. Yeah, apparently there's something else that slips in there. Let's grab the C. This is the C plate. There are 2 extra bits here. Let's take one of those extra bits and look at it and see. Now, yeah, there should be an extra 3rd thruster in the center there. If you can see, there's a 3rd gap there. That would be for the Char one. So that's why Chars apparently can move 3 times faster, because instead of 4 thrusters on the backs of the legs, it has 6. I don't think whoever designed the mechas, has a real good grasp on the whole thrust to speed ratio thing. That's just me though. I'm an idiot, so it could be true. Oh snot monkeys. That spring is coming off. I really gotta adjust that spring. Oh no. Must get the spring out. Please work. Oh god. Okay, you know what? There, got it. I know that's kind of not the way you probably should do that, but screw it. I didn't want to mess that spring up. Now, how did these pieces even go together? How did these pieces go on? God. Pop the feet off, maybe. I wish I could figure out how those even went on. Oh yeah, this piece slid on. The outside piece slid over. So now that that's off, I should be able to take these parts off. If I'm lucky. Okay, there. And here. Hopefully the skeletal inner frame looks very skeletally, because otherwise it's not going to be worth it. All this trouble, and if it doesn't look skeletal, then I'm gonna start cursing. But yeah, I'm gonna leave these 2 little green rotators on there because those are just begging to not want to come off correctly. Oh, nope, there's detail underneath them. So I'm taking them off, I guess. This is probably going to be the one and only time I do this. But yeah. To strip off all of the armor of this thing and see what it looks like without it is kind of a cool thing. Let's see, what did they leave on the feet for the skeletal picture? Oh, they cheated. They had it standing on something that wasn't even part of the mobile suit. Is there any inner frame under this thing? I'm gonna take out the little green bits on the inside here and see what they look like. Oh, geez. Yeah, I'm probably gonna regret taking these feet apart, so I'm actually not going to do that to them, because I don't think they'll survive it. There are such weak parts. Like, the parts are very fragile in there, so I'm not even gonna mess with the feet. And it seems like sort of a logical thing that the feet would still be constructed so it could still stand while they serviced it. I don't have a base that they lay back and have us put your guts into a plane thing like the Gundam does. Guts into a plane. The funny thing is, that's kind of true. That's kind of what they do to it with the G Falcon, I think, or G Fighter. I forget what they call it. It's been such a long time since I watched First Gundam, or since I started watching First Gundam and never finished because Stargazer distracted me and was cooler. Much better animated too. So yeah, First Gundam was worst theme song ever, worst closing theme song ever. Gundam. Or no, wasn't it Amuro? Something about Amuro. Or Amuro, however you want to pronounce it. The bitchy little guy who piloted the first Gundam. Let's just call him bitchy guy who piloted Gundam. Amuro will, in my book, will now, from this day on, Amuro's new name in my book is bitchy guy who piloted Gundam. I'm actually going to leave that part on, as well as this part, for the simple reason that I don't know what'll happen if I take it off. It does seem like it's kind of ingrained into the inner frame. And wow, this guy is losing his bulk fast. It's kind of odd how fast it's happening. Okay, so this can apparently come out. Oh, there goes the chin piece. Okay, now my goal here is to not have these little parts that are the constituents of those hoses fall off at all, because I don't want to have to redo that part of this model kit, because it sucked a lot and was not fun at all. So there, head is done. Just got to get this eye part out. Okay, yeah, I remember this. I remember I was doing this, trying to switch it to command, and this part got jammed in there before too. So it seems like every time you try to do this, you have to reassemble the head. You have to make sure the eye is forward. Really? Bandai? Did Bandai say this would work? Yep, that face mask is just balanced on there. There's nothing to hold it on. Okay, so I'm gonna take that off and put this head back on, stripped off of all armor. After I take off the armor on the arm. Oh, I forgot. Unpeg that ball joint part first. And this unpegs. Katunk. Where's the arm that I already did? Oh, there it is. Oh my holy crap, I just realized how bad this is. Like, how many parts I've taken off. I may end up cutting this video off just because I end up finding the outer limit of you can now upload videos more than 15 minutes. If that happens, then I'm not refilming this for crap, because I don't want to do this again. I never want to do this again, in fact. I never want to take off the armor of this guy ever again. I'm going to do this, I'm going to take some pictures after I do this, but before I show you guys. But before I do the final video, and then I'm going to, oh, snot monkeys. And one of the reasons I never want to do this again is because there are so many tiny pieces, and yeah, one of those tiny pieces already got lost on me. One of the tiny thrust units on the backpack. Yeah, that kind of sucks. But anyway, I don't know how deep I'm actually going to end up going. I'm going to try to get all of the armor off, but depending on if I decide to take certain elements off. You notice I'm getting quieter. That's because I'm afraid at this point that this wire that I'm taking parts off of are going to come off entirely, and I'm going to have to reassemble that whole wire, which was hell on earth, because these beads have to go on in a special way or something, and I never really got that, so that was not fun. Oh my god, this is stressful because this piece is on there really hard. Okay. Don't want to stress it. Don't want to stress the plastic is the problem. At that point, this is seeming like what I'm going to do with this if I pull any harder. There you go. If only they had actually included instructions on how to unarmor this guy, that would have been pretty helpful, in fact. Like how to strip it back to just the core frame. Because that is definitely a selling point of this Gundam. That it has a full inner frame for a 1:144 scale model. And I think I'm gonna... Yep, peg off. We have a peg down. However, it was a peg that there were like... That there were 3... Oh yeah, there were 5 pegs holding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 pegs holding that on, so... That's not that bad a deal. It's not bad. It's a pretty reinforced area that lost a little of its reinforcement. No, wait, I just took off a little more than I should have, I think. Yeah, this should have just taken this off and then been done at that point. Oh, I see why. It's that annoying as heck door that covers the cockpit. I should so have this guy in some awesome action pose with none of the armor. Just like, ha! I am a Zaku! I have no armor, but I'm still a Zaku. Therefore I can get killed by literally any guy who has good motives in this show. Even if he only has good motives for 5 minutes, he could probably still kill me. Hell, Belzamon could probably still kill me. Even when he was evil and absorbing people's Digimon. Even the only first season Digimon that I believe appeared in that show. I don't remember if any other first did. Appeared in Digimon Tamers. But that lion guy got ate. That was fun. That was funny. I hated that lion guy. So he's like, yes, I am obviously the noble lion character of this show. Bow down to me. Yeah. I have decided this guy is not getting any more of this out of me. Yep. Not doing the other side. I'm just not having it. For the simple reason that I don't want to have to distinguish left from right, like in the parts that are there. Like here, I have most of it done. I keep that side armored though, so you can see what it looks like without armor, but also notice that like the comparison in size and bulk, I guess. I'm just trying to think of a legitimate reason not to have to take off the other half, because this is horrible. Actually, I probably will take it off for taking pictures' sake. But yeah, that's actually really cool. I actually really like that. The idea of having an entirely skeletal Zaku. To the next, actually, you know what? I will do the other half. I will do it off camera though, so you don't have to watch. And so I can watch the video I was watching, which is an episode of Doctor Who that I found in 5 parts on YouTube. One of the 5 episodes that I actually haven't seen. So, yeah. So, allons-y, and I'll see you in the next part. Oh, crap. My trackpad is really messed up.